Hello everyone, this is Eugene Findit speaking. Well, I guess you can say that this is the actual face reveal because guess what? We have better lighting so you can see every little detail on my face, so take note of that, boys and girls. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. Today, we're doing it again. This time, we're looking at the Ani chart of Spring 2017. Now, just to let you guys know, I did attempt to do this earlier on, but I've come to the realization that doing this unplanned is kind of bad, just say, because I noticed that after doing it for a while, I really sounded very repetitive and I sounded kind of retarded, just saying, because I didn't know what was going on and stuff. Well, I do know what's going on and stuff, but you know, because I don't expect what's going on, it does have the element of surprise, but I just didn't like it. It just looks so weird. And let's be honest, I did this during the winter 2017 season and I wasn't the most professional at doing that. I didn't pay attention to like the source material, like whether it's from a manga, a light novel, video game, that sort of thing. And you know, even though I was reading the synopsis of it, I wasn't really paying attention, so there may be clues in the synopsis that would tell me what's going on. I didn't really catch those things, and generally I was just really lazy at that time. I don't know, I think it was a really long day then, so didn't really had that much of an attention span, but that was my first time doing it, so give me some leeway, okay? So I'm planning on using that as an experience in order to make this one a better one, and that's what I'm determined to do. So as usual, I won't be looking at all of them. Well, actually, I have looked at all of them, but I will only showcase those that capture my attention, and only those from the TV section. If you guys want to check out what the shorts and the films that are coming out, I'll leave a link in the description below, which will guide you guys into the Ani chart so you guys can check it out for yourself, okay? And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for now. So, enough of me talking about that, let's get straight into it. So once again, I decided to arrange these under alphabetical order. So as you can see, this is the first one that appears on the list, and it's by JC Staff. It's called Alice To Zouroku, and well, it's adapted from a manga, and what I've gathered from the synopsis of this is that there are these young girls who hold the power named Alice Dreams that allows their imaginations to come true. And one of the girls named Sana actually escapes from, what was it again? She escapes from being treated as a research subject, and then she meets up with this old man named Zouroku, and so yeah, and this Zouroku guy doesn't want to be disrupted in his life. JC Staff is a mixed bag for me. They've done some really good stuff, but sometimes they do have some flops. But you know, that's to be expected because they handle a heck of a lot of anime all at once. Last season itself, in the winter 2017, they handled 3, okay? And this season too, as I've checked, they've handled 3 as well. But I will say, for this sort of premise, and based on the poster and stuff, it looks promising. JC Staff may be able to pull something off this. I'm not too sure how that's gonna go though. But the synopsis makes it sound like there isn't really a lot of room for the anime to use an excessive amount of fan service, which is like what JC Staff would really like to take advantage of. If there is a premise that allows them to use fan service, they would go for it. So for this, I'm kind of hopeful for this, that JC Staff would be able to make a really decent story actually. They've done some really good works. A lot of the many popular anime series like Toradora, Sakura no Pet Nakanajo, Little Busters, so on and so forth, all been made by JC Staff, you know, and they are really good as well. I love those. So I can't really hate on JC Staff, you know. They have hits and misses, we'll just have to give them a chance. And then next one that caught my attention is the next one to appear, which is Atom the Beginning, made by Production IG. Now this one is adapted from manga, and what I gathered from this is that it's actually a prequel to the also famous Astro Boy. And if you guys don't know Astro Boy, it's probably one of the first ever manga made by Osamu Tezuka, one of the first well-acclaimed manga artists. I've never seen Astro Boy. I don't know if there's an anime for that. There's probably an anime for Astro Boy. And so to see like a prequel of that, that's interesting. And I trust that Production IG can do something well with this. So this one is definitely one that I'm going to be looking out for. And now here is something where I'm gonna have to do a little sidetrack before I continue. I've also been debating about the dates in which I should do these first look of the seasonal anime, because during the winter 2017 I feel that I was a bit too early to do that, so a lot of information that were later added on were not already present during the time when I made the video. But in this case, I think I might have been a bit too late. I have been spoiled to some of the stuff that was going to be coming out this season, and one of those was this one right here, Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, or My Hero Academia Season 2. I am so looking forward to this, and once again, it is made by Studio Bones, my absolute favorite studio. Holy crap, that's amazing. And the first season of My Hero Academia was freaking awesome, but they definitely needed to see a second season because it was a really big cliffhanger right there. There were like indications of something else really going on, you know, all these villains and stuff. Plus, it's just so heart pumping, and I want to follow Deku and see him achieve his goal to become a good superhero. It's a really good superhero anime. I really highly recommend you guys to check it out. Hopefully that they can get this wrapped up nicely. If not, hopefully something good, just like season 1. And next up we have here no, I don't know, I didn't hear anything about this, but I already know what this is. Boruto Naruto Next Generations by Studio Pierrot, and I only recently found out that Naruto was handled by Studio Pierrot, and they're gonna be handling Boruto as well. And if you guys have not heard, Boruto is actually the son of Naruto. I know, I've heard mixed things about it and stuff. And yeah, is it going to be the next Naruto? Is it going to be another long ass series like Naruto? Because, you know, don't get me wrong, I do not hate Naruto. I think it's a pretty good series. There's just too many episodes, okay, and way too many fillers. I agree with you guys, the fillers are just so distracting sometimes, and they're not all that good, just saying. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be looking forward to this. I've heard so many things about it. Again, I won't be watching this because I haven't seen Naruto, so this might be spoilers. Although I do not plan on watching Naruto anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But this is one I just wanted to bring it up so you guys can know about it. There you have it. Boruto finally gets its own anime. So if you guys are interested, go check it out, I guess. And now here's something. The first one that I saw made by Silverlink, which I think this is their only one this season. They handled 2 last season, but this season I think they're only handling 1, which is Busou Shoujo Machiavellianism. I still can't really pronounce the name properly. But yeah, what I gather is a battle action story that follows a guy named Fudo Nomura who transfers into a school where girls carry weapons to rule mercilessly over the boys. Yeah, so basically it's like boys are really looked down upon in this school for some reason, and then what was it? He becomes a target of Rin Onigawara, member of the 5 ruling swords that commands the school. In order to break free, he must defeat the 5 ruling swords. Yeah, this is like gender inequality to the max, I swear. So picture Infinite Stratos, but on steroids. It's like the boys are literally being beaten down by the girls. And I'm like, why? What I'm guessing is that it's going to be a really hardcore ecchi anime. Just from the premise itself, that gives so much reason for fan service overload. And really, I don't know what to expect from this. And even though Silverlink did make one of the best ecchi anime ever, which was Chivalry of a Veiled Knight, I'm kind of worried about this. The premise sounds really weird, you know? I might watch it, but not highly anticipating it. But if you guys know about this, it's adapted from a manga. So if you guys know about the original source material, don't spoil it or anything. Just tell me if it is what I think it is, like a hardcore, ecchi harem anime, okay? Because if that's the case, I might not watch it because I wouldn't see potential in this sort of anime. But you know, I could be wrong. Next up, we have one by Zebek. Now, Zebek, to me, they don't have the best track record. In fact, their track record is pretty mediocre in my opinion. So for this one, Clockwork Planet, I read the synopsis about it. What was it again? There was this guy named Naoto, and He lives in a world that has been overexploited. The entire surface becomes one vast machine. Box crashes into his home containing female automation. So the first thought that came into my mind was that it reminds me a lot about Sora no Otoshimono, even though I don't think it's going to be along those lines. Man, Tomoki from Sora no Otoshimono or Heaven's Lost Property, I swear he's like the biggest pervert in all of anime. Holy crap, man. The synopsis doesn't really sound like anything unique or anything. I've seen something like this before. An object just happens to turn out to become a female human looking entity. Seems pretty standard fare to me. This one can still be okay, but considering how I don't really expect too much from Zebek, so I don't know how this one's gonna go. But I'll keep my eye out for this. I'll check out the first few episodes just to make sure, okay? And then we have another well-acclaimed studio, which is A1 Pictures, and reading the title alone already got me. Eromanga Sensei is like, what the heck, man? I mean, like, Eromanga means like perverted manga teacher. So what I gather from this is that there is a new sibling romantic comedy revolves around Masamune Izumi, a light novel author in high school. Masamune's little sister, Sagiri, a shut-in girl who hasn't left her room for an entire year. That's what caught me. It's like, the sister has not left the room for an entire year. Forces her brother to make and bring her meals, blah blah blah, wants his sister to leave her room because the two of them are each other's only family. Now, I'm not too sure what they mean by the only family. Probably because they're orphans or something? I don't know. Masamune is... oh, I didn't see this bottom part last time. Oh, what the novel illustrator, pen name, Eromanga Sensei, Masamune. Yeah, okay, that's what I gather. It's like Masamune. Oh yeah, another thing about Masamune is like that actually got me because last season there was an anime called Masamune-kun no Revenge, and then to see another name called Masamune is like, really? Really perverted drawings. Yep, very reliable. Masamune had never met his illustrator and figured he was just a disgusting perverted otaku. However, the truth is revealed that his Eromanga is his own little... oh! To add to the chaos that erupts between the siblings, a beautiful female best-selling shoujo manga creator becomes their rival. That caught me off guard. The sister is his illustrator. Okay, yeah. I don't know about this one though. I mean, it's made by A1 Pictures. Most of their anime I actually really like, you know? They've done some really good works such as Magi, Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, Shinsekai. That's my favorite one by them, Shinsekai. So really, when it comes to an anime made by A1 Pictures, I'm pretty hopeful for it. Even last season, Demi-chan wa Kataritai, which I thought was going to be a typical ecchi harem anime, became one of my favorite anime of winter 2017. So I don't know about this one though, it sounds really weird. But I'm gonna trust A1 Pictures on this and hope for the best. And now moving on from that, we have one by Brainspace. Brainspace is another animation studio which is pretty well acclaimed. So for this one, Fukumenkei Noise, adapted from a manga. It's, what was it again? The manga tells a romance story with themes of a Nino, a girl who loves singing. Oh, wait, I remember this. Okay, there are these three friends, I guess. Nino, Momo, and Yuzu. And then Nino was the one who kept her promise and stuff. Later, the three of them meet at the same high school. And then Nino is drawn into the world of band clubs. Okay, the synopsis isn't anything special or anything. Forming bands and stuff, that's not the first time I've heard of it. But Nino, a girl who loves singing, made a child promise with her crush, Momo, and song composing Yuzu. Now, first crush though. That kind of worries me because is this going to be a Yuri anime? It doesn't say here, it just says music and romance. Romance could imply that it's a Yuri and Yuri is not necessarily bad or anything as long as they don't just go in with physical romance and stuff without any context. That would be perfectly fine. I don't know about this one. The synopsis doesn't really capture my attention all that much, but it's by Brainspace and you know, I will trust them that they can present us with something. And now here's another unique one, and it's made by Emon. Now, Emon actually handled one anime last season called Spirit Pack, and what I gather is that Spirit Pack was actually a Chinese anime being redubbed into Japanese. So this is probably going to be another similar situation? Yeah, because it's based on the Chinese webcomic Yin Zi Shou Mu Ren. Okay. Not entirely sure what that means because it doesn't have the Chinese words right there. And what I found is that Spirit Pack, I haven't really watched much of it. I'm still at episode 3 for some reason. It actually does seem serviceable. The characters are a lot of fun to watch. And this one actually has a really interesting premise, I'd say. It has a similar premise to Sword Art Online, I'd say. Searching for a way to save her, he accidentally activates the device, allowing him to dive into a new virtual game world. Yeah, so diving into a virtual game world, it's very standard fare, I guess, at this point, because there's so many anime that already delve into that sort of thing. So I don't know how well it's gonna go, but the premise sounds really interesting, you know? And considering how it's a Chinese anime and stuff, I want to see how this goes, because once again, I don't really know their reputation or anything, so I'm not gonna expect too much, but definitely one I'll go check it out. Okay, and next one we have Hinako Note, and it's from a studio that I've never heard of, which is Passion, or Passione. What I think from this anime, based on the synopsis and stuff, it's going to be a cute moe anime, a sort of casual anime series, and because of that fact, I'm going to be looking forward to it because I enjoy my light-hearted anime, which I don't have to care too much about the plot or anything. This girl Hinako, she's poor at speaking and lives in a rural part of Japan. She wants to improve her speech, so she comes off and she transfers into Tokyo and stuff, and the last line really got me. It's like, she meets up with this girl who eats books and lives there in a bookstore. And I'm like, what the hell? And it's adapted from a manga. And it says right here it's comedy and slice of life. You know, based on the character designs and stuff, it really reminds me of Gochumon wa Usagi desu ka, even though it's not handled by White Fox. But White Fox will be coming out real soon. I'll be talking about that. I'm so excited. But in this case, I don't expect it to be the best of the season or anything, but I'm most willing to watch these sort of anime because I don't have to worry about anything and stuff. It's the most easily accessible anime. Next up, there is an anime made by Sanzigen. Sanzigen has made the anime Arpeggio of Blue Steel. That's the only anime that I know that they've made, and they've made it in 3D. That's like one of the few anime that I've watched that is in 3D and stuff. So I don't know if this is gonna be the case. It seems likely it's gonna be the case because, like, for example, this robot thingy, it looks 3D to me, like CG and stuff. This is called ID-O, and it's an original series. There are pirates that an excavation company's spaceship. Now, because they said pirates at the beginning, I thought it's like, okay, it's gonna be similar to Arpeggio of Blue Steel or something, because Arpeggio of Blue Steel took place in the sea area, a sea setting, because there were ships and submarines and all that sort of stuff. But this one's gonna be a spaceship, so it's out in space. That's interesting, but I'm not expecting too much from this because I don't really know much about Sanzigen. And Arpeggio of Blue Steel, it was okay, I'd say. Not one of my favorites, but still pretty good, you know, for an anime I first saw by an animation studio I never heard of. Pretty well done, I'd say. I might look forward to this, maybe a little bit, I guess. Not too much, but we'll see how this goes. And next up, we have one made by Studio Dean. Now, Studio Dean handled several anime from last season actually, but the only one that I watched was, of course, Konosuba. And the funny story about Konosuba was that I wasn't planning on watching it because I haven't watched the first season, but Arcana of Glass Reflection just compelled me to watch the first season, and so I ended up watching the second season as well. And let me just say, the second season was freaking awesome. The final episode, if that doesn't say that the second season was better than the first season, I don't know what does. For Studio Dean, I would say, yeah, they're probably one of the better studios as well. They're pretty well acclaimed. Many of their anime that I've seen by them are pretty good in my opinion. So for this one, Kabukibu, which I'm guessing is Kabuki Club. I didn't get that the first time, but it's a club. They're gonna start a club on Kabuki. which I found out is a type of dancing art sort of thing. So the first line of business is to gather members. And this doesn't sound very unique or anything. I've seen something like this before. In fact, like when I first saw like Kabuki, I kind of mistaken it for Karuta, which is what Chihaya Furu was. And Chihaya Furu pretty much gathering members as well at the beginning of the thing. So it doesn't say sports. I'm guessing because Kabuki isn't really a sport, but it says comedy, which is weird. I'm guessing like a club sort of anime, it would mostly be a drama anime, but doesn't seem to be the case here. Since it's by Studio Dean, once again, I'm gonna be looking forward to this. And next up, we have one by Troika. This one actually caught my attention a lot. Troika, if I remember correctly, is a branch from UFO Table, which is probably the one animation studio that makes the best animation. In case of this, Recreators, the synopsis of it really got my attention. Saying that stories shape our emotions, but what if the characters in the stories are brought to life? The stories that people tell, they get brought into the real world and stuff. That's really interesting, I say. There will be a lot of dilemmas that goes on. This could actually be one of the ones that people might end up talking later on, because maybe one of the things is that it has the name Re in it. And like last season, Re:Zero ended up being one of the most highly acclaimed anime of 2016. And so maybe this might be the case. And it's an original series though. Even so, the premise sounds really interesting, and I don't think they can go really wrong with this. 22 episodes or so as it stated over here, so that gives it ample amount of time to set up a really interesting story. And I've never seen anything by Troika, but if it really is a branch by UFO Table, I can at least expect some really good animation from this. This one is probably one of my most anticipated ones. I think there was another one, but we'll get to that later on. And now here's one. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Saenai Heroine no Sodatekata Season 2. I've watched the first season of it, and okay, let me just say this, it's made by A1 Pictures again. It's not the best anime, I know that, okay? But I will admit, it's probably one of the kinkiest anime I have ever seen. Oh my god. Boy, whoever made this anime and stuff, the girls are freaking hot. And especially my favorite girl is the main girl. I don't know what her name is, Kana I think. Yeah, she's just so freaking adorable and stuff. This is not one that I would expect to be very good or anything, but I'm still gonna be looking forward to it, because if it's gonna be an ecchi anime or any sort of thing, this will be one that I'm looking forward to. I mean, can you blame me? I'm a guy, okay? So give me a break. Next up, we have one by David Production. What I've heard from is that David Production made the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I haven't seen, but is really well acclaimed. And the reason I haven't seen that, obviously, is because it has like hundreds of episodes and stuff. Same with Hunter x Hunter. I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, sorry guys. Okay, again, 148 episodes, that's a heck load of episodes, but I'll get to that sooner or later. For this, we have Sagrada Reset. Now, what is this again? There is this town called Sagrada, where almost half the population possess some form of special powers, and reality will turn out to be the stone upon which the existence of Sagrada will hinge on. Now, this sounds really interesting. The first thing that came into my mind was Shinsekai Yori. The big difference is that Shinsekai Yori, all of the humans have developed special powers, have developed telekinesis and stuff. This was like half the population. So actually, it would be more accurate to say that it's related to My Hero Academia. Like, some people are human, some people are superheroes and stuff. Don't really know what they're gonna go about with this. And David Production, I don't really know much about this studio. It sounds like it's gonna be reasonable. It's not gonna fuck up too much, I'd say. So I will be looking forward to this. And now, oh boy, we have PA Works. Now, PA Works is a situation where they may have made a lot of anime maybe, but I've only seen a few of them. But from everything that I've seen, I freaking love their works. Their animation is awesome and their stories are just freaking amazing. My favorite from them, Shirobako. I don't know if they made anything since Shirobako, they probably have. This one, we have Sakura Quest. Now what I gathered from this is that it centers around 5 girls who work in the tourism bureau, and we just look at a year of what they do in the job. Again, the story doesn't sound very interesting, it doesn't sound very unique, but that's the same thing for Shirobako. It's about making anime in an animation studio, and yet they were able to turn a concept like that into something amazing. Almost anything that this studio tries to pull out, I'll be like, you know what, I'll trust this studio. I'll trust PA Works to do a good job at this. And for this, looking at the tourism industry, who knows, it would turn out to be pretty darn awesome as well. I am really looking forward to this actually. Next we have one by Toei Animation. Now Toei Animation, as I recently found out, did One Piece. And I haven't seen One Piece, sorry guys. I know there are a lot of fans of One Piece and stuff, but again, too many episodes. For this we have Seikaisuru Kado. What I gathered from this is that it's a CG animation project though. Okay, that one I kind of forgot. It says that there was this giant structure that appeared while the plane was taking off, and then the plane kind of went into the giant structure, and then Yaha Kuiza Shunina, he notifies Japan that he's going to be involved in the internal affairs for some reason. The first thought I had was that this is very similar to Gate, because a giant gate appear in the middle of a city and then strange things start happening in the middle of the city all of a sudden. This one is a different case because the opposing side already knows what they want to do. They want to take charge of the politics. Toei Animation, I don't know much about their works, you know, I haven't watched a lot of their anime, but you know, they made One Piece, which I heard is really beloved. Guessing that Toei Animation can pull something off. Considering how they're using CG, who knows, you know? Maybe they can handle CG well. And then here's another one that I was spoiled to. Shingeki no Kyojin Season 2 or Attack on Titan Season 2. Oh my goodness. The weird thing is it says Wit Studios, which is like, is it Wit Studios only that's gonna handle Season 2? Or is Production IG going to accompany them? And they can only put one studio in here. Season 2 of Attack on Titan has finally arrived. 4 freaking years, man. 4 years? Why? I don't get it. It's so well acclaimed, so popular. You would expect there to be a second season by this time, right? I too really like Shingeki no Kyojin, but there are problems. The biggest problem, of course, is that there are so many unexplained mysteries and a second season is so required. And now that it's here, I am so hyped for it. I am trusting that Wit Studios and Production IG can nail it in the coffin once again. And now here is another studio which hasn't appeared last season, Saenai, and they're handling this Shuumatsu Nani Shitemasu ga, Isogashii desu ga, Sukutte Moratte I desu ga. That's a long ass name. I don't know if they're gonna shorten that or anything, but this was the other one that I really looked forward to. 500 years have passed, humans went extinct, and then there were these young girls, the leprechauns for some reason. One day, they found a man who has been trapped in the ice. He was, awakened from a long icy slumber. So it's like, my first thought, of course, Captain America. What the hell? And the girls gradually come to understand what family means and what is truly worth protecting. This premise sounds freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds so intense and so gripping. And it's Saenai. Well, I haven't seen a lot by Saenai as well, but they're good. They're good. Like AKB 0048, they did Lock Horizon Season 1. So I'm trusting that Saenai can do a pretty good job. I mean, the premise itself secures this. Even if it's a studio that I've never heard of, I can say that this is gonna be amazing to watch, you know. I'm looking forward to this. I could be entirely wrong, you know. My opinions could change eventually. But for now, really looking forward to that. And next up, we have one by TNK. And already from the poster, I am not really too hopeful about this. I mean, when I see the name TNK, chances are it's gonna be a lot of fan service. A lot of that anime, High School DxD, School Days, Akane Ironi Samarasaka, all have quite a lot of fan service in them. Even here, from the poster itself, I can kind of see that. Sin Nanatsu no Taizai, which is kind of weird, you know. When I first saw Nanatsu no Taizai, I was like, is this a sequel to Nanatsu no Taizai? But apparently not. Okay, it's a completely different anime. There's this guy named Lucifer. He disobeyed God, and so he's been declared as a fallen angel and was sent to hell. They're being locked up in hell and stuff, and they're trying to escape, I guess. I'm not looking forward to this. I don't know if I even watched this anime, but I just wanted to point this out. And next up, we have one by Zero G. They were technically supposed to handle an anime from last season, but it was changed from a TV anime into a short I ended up not watching it. It was about some cooking sort of anime. In this case, there's Tsugumomo, adapted from a manga. And what I gather, this guy named Kazuya Kagami again possessed this thing, an obi, and then it becomes a girl. So pretty much the same as freaking Clockwork something by the back one just now. What I gather from all this, like, they keep adding many different girls into the mix and stuff. So the only thing I can think of is that it's going to be a harem anime. Not saying that all harem anime is bad. Like I said, for example, To Zouroku, that one's a pretty good harem anime, or High School DxD. By Zero G, I have never heard of this anime, so haven't heard of the studio, so I'm not gonna expect too much from this. Who knows? I'll still check it out just to see what the heck goes on. Next up, we have one by Feel, and for this case, we have Tsuki Ga Kirei. What was this again? The series focuses on characters Akane, Mizuno, Kotaro, Azumi, blah blah. They become classmates for the first time, and then it's a bit anime centers on the romance and uncertainty as the seasons inevitably pass. So it just gives us the indication that it's a romance anime between these two characters, I guess. It doesn't give us a lot of detail of what the characters are and stuff. It just says that they meet for the first time and then they develop a romance. With so little to judge based on the synopsis, I can't really tell what's gonna happen. But Feel, I'd say, not one of the best anime studios, I'd say. They have some good ones. I think that my favorite by them is either Minamike or Papa wo Yukoto wo Kikinasai. Okay, those two. I'm keeping my hopes up that because it's a romance anime and stuff, it might turn out to be really sweet and adorable and stuff. We'll see what the heck happens. And now we moved on to the final one. Here we have White Fox, as I was saying. Another one of the anime studios that I really look forward to their anime, because like PA Works, I haven't seen a lot of their works, but most of the stuff that I've seen, they've done a really good job. For example, Steins Gate, and as controversial as it sounds, Akame ga Kill. Yes, I know a lot of people don't like Akame ga Kill, but personally, I freaking loved Akame ga Kill. So to me, like, White Fox has a really good reputation. Even though I haven't seen a lot by them, they're not as good as PA Works, that's for sure. PA Works is more consistent, but White Fox is still good, and their animation, still pretty top notch, I'd say. For this, we have Zero Kara Hajimeru Maho no Sho, adapted from a light novel. What I got from this was that it was, there was this witch called Zero, and she travels along with this half-beast, half-human entity, a mercenary, and they are on a journey to find the Book of Zero that hides the power that can destroy the world. Okay, so are we following the bad guys or something? They're trying to destroy the world or something. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but the premise sounds interesting. Sounds freaking interesting there. It's a fantasy sort of anime. Again, I'm expecting a lot of like knights, royalty, and magic, that sort of thing. Similar to Chain Chronicle from last season, but you know, with a little twist to it. This one has 12 episodes too. I mean, normally fantasy anime, I would expect them to be longer, you know, because they need a lot of time to set things up, and then they have potential to go longer than that. 12 episodes seems a bit short in my opinion. It doesn't give any indication that it's going to be extremely well. There's no security in the quality of the anime, but it's White Fox. That's quality enough, I guess. So I trust that White Fox can deliver after not seeing them for a while. And there you have it. That was basically the summary of all the things that I wanted to showcase in this video. There are other things. There are a heck load of anime. There are way more anime from spring 2017 than winter 2017, that's for sure. That's why my unplanned method didn't really work, because I didn't really know what the heck to expect. I didn't know what to say and stuff. Even now I feel like I didn't really know what to say, but definitely better than my first attempt. You wouldn't believe how freaking retarded I sounded that time. But yeah, just to recap and stuff, some of the things that I'm looking forward to, probably like To Zouroku, there's Atom, the beginning, Boku, My Hero Academia too, yep, definitely. These two, not too much, I guess. Eromanga Sensei, okay, I'm gonna trust A1 Pictures on that, because if they can disprove me with Demi-chan Wakatari Tai, okay, I'll give them a shot with this. And then this one by Brainspace, Fukumenkei Noise. I don't know about this though. Sounds alright, I guess. I'll give Brainspace a chance again. Jin no Guardian, maybe, I don't know. This one, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Not expecting it to be the best, but looking forward to that. ID 0, don't know what that one's gonna be like, but Kabukibu, okay, I'll trust Studio Dean being able to handle this. Recreators, of course, Recreators, really looking forward to that. Saenai Heroine no Sodatekata, like I said, not expecting it to be the best, but looking forward to it. Sagrada Reset, Sakura Quest, yeah, really looking forward to that one. Seikaisuru Kado, Shingeki no Kyojin Season 2, yes, definitely looking forward to that one. This one, Shuumatsu ni Nani, blah 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 blah, that one, really looking forward to that. This one, not so much, I might not even watch this, I'm just saying, okay. Tsugumomo, maybe I'll watch that. This one, oops. There was Tsuki Ga Kirei, yep, this one I will be looking forward to that. And also Zero Ka Hajimeru, Maho no Sho. But if you guys have other things from this list that you look forward to, or you have some things that you want to tell me about them that I didn't present to you guys, let me know in the comment section below. And let me know as well what you think about my thoughts about all of these that I presented thus far. Spring 2017 is looking pretty good. Thankfully, this time around there are some sequels that I can watch. While I wouldn't say that Winter 2017 was a bad season or anything, it wasn't the best, definitely. There weren't a lot of very standout ones, you know. A few of them, but not a lot. But yeah, looking forward to this Spring 2017. I probably won't be watching those that I haven't mentioned about, because like I said, there's a heck load of them. Plus, I'm still in the middle of my semester and stuff, so yeah, I'll see what I can do. I guess just let me know what you guys think about this video, and let me know any suggestions that I can make this sort of thing better in the future seasons and stuff. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and do stay tuned to the next time of whatever I make. Until next time, bye!